everybody, how are you today? Today we're gonna read Roald Dahl The Twits. So let's get started. And yes, I know I haven't been making videos of Roald Dahl, but now I think I should make more videos of Roald Dahl because we have to finish this book and start the new one. Because as you know, I showed you the video where I have a lot of books from Roald Dahl. So we gotta finish these ones too, and I got new library books too, so we gotta finish those too. And then we're gonna move on to new books, which you guys can comment which I should read. Okay, so let's start. We are on Mugglewump Has an Idea. So let's start. As soon as Mr. and Mrs. Twit had disappeared down the road, the monkeys all flipped back onto their feet, the right way up. Quick, get the key, Mugglewump called out to the roly-poly bird, who was still sitting on the roof of the house. What key? Shouted the roly-poly bird. The key to the door of our cage, cried Mugglewump. It's hanging on the nail in the work shed. That's where he always puts it. The roly-poly bird flew down and came back with the key in his beak. Beak like a bird's beak, like its neb, like it eats what it eats from. Beak. Mugglewump reached a hand through the bars of the cage and took the key. He put it in the lock and turned it. The door opened. All four monkeys leaped out together. You guys know what leaped means? Leaped means to jump out of something. Like I jumped out of here, like a bunny jumps. It leaps out of everywhere. Leaped out together. We are free, cried the two little ones. Where shall we go, Dad? Where shall we hide? Don't get excited, said Mugglewump. Calm down, everybody. Before we escape from this beastly place, we have one very important thing to do. What? They asked. We're going to turn those terrible twits upside down. We're going to what? They cried. You must be joking, Dad. I'm not joking, Mugglewump said. We're going to turn both Mr. and Mrs. Twit upside down with their legs in the air. Don't be ridiculous, the roly-poly bird said. How can we possibly turn those maggoty old monsters upside down? Maggoty means bad-tempered or really bad people. Maggoty old monsters upside down. We can, cried Mugglewump. We are going to make them stand on their heads for hours and hours, perhaps forever. Let them see what it feels like for a change. How? Said the roly-poly bird. Just tell me how. Mugglewump laid his head on one side and a tiny twinkling little smile touched his corner of his mouth. Now again, he said, but not very often. I have a brilliant idea. This is one of them. Follow me, my friends, follow me. He scampered off towards the house, and three monkeys and the roly-poly bird went after him. Buckets and paintbrushes, cried Mugglewump. That's what we need next. There are plenty in the work shed. Hurry up, everyone. Get a bucket and a paintbrush. Inside Mr. and Mrs. Workshed, there was an enormous barrel of Hug-Tight sticky glue. The stuff he used for catching birds. Fill your buckets, Mugglewump ordered. We are now going into the big house. Mrs. Twit had hidden the key to the front door under the mat, and Mugglewump had seen her doing it, so it was easy for them to get in. In they went, all four monkeys, with their buckets of sticky glue. Then came the roly-poly bird flying in after them, with a bucket in his beak and a brush in his claw. Wow. Now, this was a really simple one. Even I knew they're gonna take revenge because in every story this happens. If it's a really calm and gentle story, then it doesn't happen. But this is a really exciting and funny story, so of course this was going to happen. Like we already knew because Mr. and Mrs. Street were already fighting and getting revenge on each other and that and that. So we already knew this that would happen. So the next chapter is the great glue painting. The great glue painting begins. So by the pictures, I think they're probably gonna stick the furniture up. And let me show you the picture when they were getting the things. This is when the chapter started. Can you guys see? It's when the chapter started. Mugglewump. This is the roly-poly bird. She gave the key to Mugglewump, and this is the whole chapter. And this is when they are, look, they're getting the sticky glue. I don't know why it's so like this. You guys see? This must be the smallest one. Which one? Oh, this one is the smallest one. This one is the second. This one is the Miss Wigglewump, and this is Mr. Wigglewump, and this is the roly-poly bird with their glue. Wow, that is a big barrel of glue. This hole is filled with glue. Okay, so for today, this is it. Bye-bye. Take care and like and subscribe. Bye-bye.